So I was going to talk with you guys today about, I guess we should pause this music before we get into it, right? It's the last song anyways. There we go. So yes, welcome in guys. How is it going? My name's Nick Factor One. In case you don't know, I stream on Twitch every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, starting at 10:30 Pacific Standard Time. And today, I wanted to talk to you guys about how to build a deck in Minion Masters. And there basically is like, there's not like one set way, right? There's a bunch of different play styles that you can choose to pick from. And from there, you're gonna determine what kind of cards you pick. So basically, I kind of broke down all the masters here that we can go through and talk about, and each one of them kind of brings a different play style. So if we go in the Stormbringer, so he's got all of those ranged abilities. So he's got his hero gains global range on his first perk, and then his third perk gains double attack speed, and then his second perk is all of his units gain marksman. So basically you're just going to spam a whole bunch of range units. Falco is a burn style deck where his cards are basically like after a certain amount of time, every card that he plays is going to cast like a spell that does damage to the enemy. So he basically wants to play as many cards as he can as quickly as he can to just burn down the enemy over time. And then Mortar is like, oh, one of my I hate playing against this deck because it is so strong. You can play it's like the big boy deck. You can play a lot of big strong cards because he's got these tombstones that allow you to re-summon a card that's already played. So you get a lot of value out of playing those really high cards. Then Ravager, which is probably one of my favorite masters. He's got I'd call this like a, what did I call it? Perk 1 and 3 push. Like he's got certain points in the game where he's really strong. So the first perk obviously is where he gets the Brutus, where it's just that big huge tank minion, and you want to back that up with some kind of range or something so that he can't be taken down quickly. And from there, that's going to do a little bit of damage. And then going into his third perk, it's like if you can get to perk 3, it's basically a win condition. You back this Terror Brutus up. He has so much health, does so much damage that they're not gonna be able to stop that. Rappo is one of those ones that I have like a very hard time playing for some reason. He is a swarm style deck, so his abilities make it so that every single time he plays a minion card, he plays another minion. Oh, that's that. King Puff is like a control randomized deck. He is switches the locations of the minions there and gives rage or shield to minions. And I've seen this work in both ways, where either if you giving range or you're giving rage or shield to the wrong minions at the wrong times, or it can go the other way where you're just giving it to the perfect minions at the perfect times, and it works out really nicely. So it's kind of like an up in the air deck, I think. You hate that Master War. So the APEP is, yeah, totally random with the defense. So he gets like 2 random cards, which cost 0, and then he gets the shield totem. So he can potentially have some worth cards out of here. Also can potentially give you some crap cards. So it's very random. Setsu's a master where it's like, if you want to feel like you're getting into the action, it's totally the right master for you. Her first card allows her to jump into the battle and like does a splash damage, and then she can shoot. And then the next one is when she casts a spell, or she instantly reloads her gun, which then can buff her third ability, which after she reloads her first shot does double damage. So that's like real fragging strong. Milloween is another annoying deck for me to play against, I find. She likes to rush mana, so she'll usually try to take the bridges really early and hold them as long as possible, while usually playing like mana shrines near her base, because she has to play a lot of spells. She gets this arcane golem up, and then she'll start spamming her spells. When she gets to level 3, the arcane golems now become level 5, and they just become really hard to deal with. And then there's the new master, which Diona is just like, everyone's still trying to figure her out. Called her like the trapper, the tactician, I guess, because she's got some really cool potential outplay abilities, but I feel like it's still a little missing. Her first ability allows you to add a trap card to your deck, which they swap. So one time it's the crossbow trap, and then the next time it's the decoy trap. And these you can actually set on the other side of the field, which allow you to, if you've got like somebody rushing in to attack, you can place a decoy right beside it. They'll start attacking that first. You can get some attacks in on the face. And then the second ability is this Ruffles. So when enemy minion dies, every 10 seconds, Ruffles will go and dig up a prize, which could either be 2 mana, 3 XP, and 250. So it could be really nice, but the hard part is it dies really easily. It just dies way too freaking fast. Like one shot with the daggerfall and it's dead. So I was trying to do something. That's that part. There's the good English coming out. But then some more general things to think about is you gotta always be able to cover all your air defense, right? You gotta be able to hit your swarms. So you want some kind of AoE in there. You're gonna need something to kill tanks. So something that does a fast burn, stun, or a bunch of swarms that are going to hit it really fast. And then you got to deal with like a fast or a speedy unit, which I like to hit with like either a stun lancers or chopper. Was it stun defenso chopper? Another nice thing to think about when you're defending is if you have a big unit that's coming at you, something big coming at you like Colossus, or even like what's his Masters, who is it? The Ravengers, Brutus or something. You want to make sure that you allow that unit to get on your side of the field, and then you can start dealing with it, because if you try to send stuff over there, they're just going to be able to drop units on top of you, take it out, and it's going to be dead. Weird. So one other thing you want to think about is you want to keep your costs. Ooh, I'm breaking my own rule on this one. Well, I guess I could raise it a little bit. I think you need to have your average mana cost needs to be between 3 and about 4.3, I guess I would say. Anything higher, you're going to be able to you're going to find all of a sudden you're not going to be able to play cards. Right? You're going to be waiting on mana and you're going to be getting stormed. Too low, everything's just going to get killed instantly. Too high, you're never going to be able to play anything. Because everything at those lower values is just way too weak to be able to defend. Also, you want to make sure you're balancing 1 to 2 spells in the deck. So you see this one, I only have 1, but you only need about 1 to 2. But these are all general. Something like Milloween, who's going to want to be spamming her spells, she's going to have a lot more. And then someone like this deck, where it doesn't need them, not as much. I need heavy reinforcements of my Brutus on this guy. And then another thing to think about is having bridge control. So yeah, you want to capture the bridges. So you want to have something cheap to be able to drop down that's going to be able to capture that bridge nice and quickly. So I have like obviously Scrap Pack. That's their sole purpose, is to capture the bridge. It costs 1, throw them down, capture the bridge, start getting mana back. And yeah, and then besides that, there's just like combos, special combos you can find that if you want to like work that into your deck to make it like stronger. So the first thing I always think about is like I think about my champion. So I think about Ravager and his strengths. His strengths are, when I'm playing like Ravager, I know that my strengths are coming at perks 1 and 3, meaning like he summons a big huge tank unit, and then I want to back that up, and that's my win. That's like how I'm gonna win. Besides that, I have a secondary thing, which is these 3 right here. So this is like a different. Oh, I just dropped him. Cleaver. This is one of those combos I'm talking about that I've found that I really like. It's Cleaver into a Dragon Ball in the Shrek twins. So how these work is the Cleaver So he does huge amounts of damage. I'm just gonna watch and see what happens. He does huge amounts of damage, right? So he's awesome to smash on their face. And then the Dragon Ball. Come on, stop doing this. You've piqued my interest. That combo just seems like so much value. It is. It is. So then, so Cleaver into Dragon Ball, and Dragon Ball is, it's a fireball, which is a spell. It does like an AoE damage on the minions. And then if you played a 6-mana minion card, which is the Cleaver, it also summons a Dragon Whelp. And then from there, we play that into the Twins, which is if you played a 5-spell mana card, which is what the Dragon Ball is, you summon both of these minions, which are very strong. So that's all I got, guys. That's all I had prepared. I think we kind of covered a lot of what you need to know. If anyone disagrees with anything I said, I'd love to hear what you guys also have input. If you think there's anything that I missed out on, let me know, please, please. We need to get everybody better at this game, right? Right?